It's Charlie Murray here, and today we're going to have a look at the brand new Stumpjumper 15 from Specialized. It's the 15th version of Stumpjumper that they've designed and released. In this video, I'm going to go through all the reasons why I love this bike and why it's my favourite Stumpjumper so far. Okay, let's jump straight into it. So yeah, new Stumpy 15, 15th version. I'm running an S4 size, and that's what I race on the Stumpy Evo as well, so they're super similar in terms of reach and wheelbase. The main geo changes is, this is an S4, which is the size I race. I'm 182 centimeters tall. Pretty similar sort of cockpit reach sizes and wheelbase sizes to the Stumpy Evo, which I usually race on. But the bottom bracket here is 7mm lower in the low setting. So we always run our bikes in the low setting, just a bit more stability, and I just think the Stumpy rides really well in that setting. It rides well in the high too, but for me racing, always choose the low. 7mm lower than the Stumpy Evo in the same setting, so that's quite a substantial difference. And the front here is actually 9mm higher, I believe. This head tube's a bit thicker, so the bars sit 9mm higher with the same spaces. So we've actually dropped a few spaces. We've come down by about 15mm to try and balance that out a little bit. So obviously the side brace is gone, so they've managed to redesign the strength of the bike to get rid of that brace, which makes it look super clean, take a bit of weight off it, and yeah, pretty stoked with that new suspension setup there. Otherwise it's working pretty similar. The suspension platform's similar, but it's a bit more linear, so it means that you can have more control over it with the shock. So the shock choice is quite important. It comes with a Genie shock, but I'm running the Super Deluxe from RockShox. Really happy getting that set up. You can go a bit more progressive on your shock too, so you can put a few more tokens in. It's actually the exact same eye-to-eye and stroke length as the Stumpy Evo. So if you have a shock on the Stumpy Evo, you can bang it straight in there. Same shock set up, but actually slightly less travel. So 145mm travel as opposed to 150 on the Stumpy Evo. But to be honest, when I was riding it and testing it, I didn't even notice less travel. Like it felt, to be honest, probably felt like more than 150 or similar. So however they've done that, hats off to them, because that's super impressive and it feels mint. And then just got the same old stuff really, like we got the SWAT door here. This is actually an updated version of the SWAT door. It's got a new lever and new system, so that's epic. Like the SWAT box from Specialized has always been a massive selling point for me, so pretty happy to see that revised as well. Same thing as we got on the Stumpy Evo. We've got 3 headset cups. We've got a middle, a slack and a steep. I'm running the middle, just like that feeling. I've tried all 3. They don't make a huge difference to the handling, but they can make you feel a bit more comfortable if you like to have that more raked out feel or have that more responsive feel. But to be honest, all 3 I was doing similar times on when we were testing, so it didn't really matter. Same Sram RockShox setup as my current race bike, the Stevo. I've got 200mm rotors on the Mavens. I've got the transmission XX drivechain. Got a power meter in those cranks there. We've got look pedals. Got the Roval wheels. People are probably interested to know we're running this in full 29er. 29 front, 29 rear. No mullet link or anything. It's just the stock 29er frame with 29er wheels. You can run it mullet. Haven't tried it. I assume it will be good. Probably more playful if you're into like bike park, or if you're a smaller rider and you want more clearance between your legs. The mullet would be sick. I'm tall enough to get away with the full 29, so that's what I race on. Same fork. A lot of people were asking me questions on the travel. That's a 160mm fork travel. So 145mm in the rear, 160mm in the front. For me, for my racing, that's the perfect combo. I think it comes stock with a 150, which also probably feels mint. I haven't had the chance to ride a 150mm yet, so I can't comment, but I think either 160 or 150 is going to be mint on this bike. Something to note is if you are running 160, you might have to adjust the height or that's going to raise your bottom bracket slightly. So just something to consider. Beautiful S-Works frame with this sort of texture, sparkly setup here. Massive fan of that paint job. Bit of a revised mud flap there to stop the mud getting in between the frame. I think that's going to be key, especially when we're here in Moorsey and it rains most days. Yeah, otherwise without going into too much depth on the Geo, that's basically the new Stumpy 15, and compared to the Stumpy Evo, I've already been riding it and I think it's slightly better. So that's huge, because the Stumpy Evo is such a sick bike, and somehow they've managed to make it even better. So shout out to Specialized, and pretty excited to race this thing. Very excited to race this thing. And I hope you guys have enjoyed checking it out with me. And if you have any questions, just ask in the comments. Thanks. Sweet. So I'm just going to go into the suspension settings that we've settled on after the day of testing, and we'll jump straight into it. So fork is a 160mm Lyric Ultimate from RockShox that has 90 psi and 1 token. I've got the high speed compression on -1, so 1 open from the middle. Low speed compression is -4, so 4 open from the middle. Rebound is 10 from closed, so you close it, open at 10 clicks. That's the fork. The shock is a Super Deluxe Ultimate from RockShox as well. That is 175 psi with 3 positive tokens and 0 negative tokens. That shock has a high speed compression of -1, so 1 from the middle, 1 open from the middle, and low speed compression is +1, so we've added 1 click from the middle. Rebound is 5 from closed again, so yeah, close it, open at 5, and that's the linear air can. So yeah, 145mm travel in the rear of this bike. Those are my suspension settings. Hopefully that is helpful. But yeah, basically really impressed with what they've done with this bike. Like, first lap I was comfortable on it, and I think they've managed to improve on the Stumpy Evo, which is a huge deal, because the Stumpy Evo, as we all know, is one of the best bikes out there. So yeah, Stumpjumper 15, I think this is going to be game changing for my racing and also just for trail riding. It's like best of both worlds. Pedals mint, but got really good control, especially under braking on those downhills. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Any questions, ask away, and please like and subscribe, support us. John and I are out here working hard on the media for you guys this season. So yeah, show us some love and hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.